after like right now I passed out of IIM Ahmedabad, so might look like okay, you're from the best college B school, but my entry to IIM Ahmedabad was not a very great one. Paper. My whole practice was mocks and previous year paper. There's nothing new to learn. You already know everything. So it's just that you need to fine tune those aspects when you're on the exam day.
Hi guys, welcome on board to today's podcast. I'm your host Himanshi Singh, and today we have on board Mr. Shashank Malladi, who is a person from IIM Ahmedabad and right now working in IDFC. Hi Shashank, welcome on board.
Hi, thank you.
Hi, how have you been?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So first of all, congratulations. Although it's late, but congratulations for being a part of IIM Ahmedabad, such a prestigious college, a dream college for every B
Thank you.
school person trying to appear over there. So we would like to get your insights for the same, so that you and your advisors help others also to excel and move it to IIM Ahmedabad.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you tell us about your journey preparing for CAT exam and what motivated you to like pursue it?
So this goes back when I was in my final year. Uh,
Okay.
I was looking at options. I could like either give GATE and so my father works in State Bank of India. So even from
Okay.
childhood, I had a passion for a government job and how chill life, all stress free, everything. So I thought I'll give GATE. I did my electrical engineering from NIT Nagpur. So I thought yeah, GATE
Yeah.
दे देते हैं. I'll do I'll give a GATE and like, I'll get a good PSU.
Huh.
But at the same time, my friends were giving CAT. So I said,
Yeah.
okay, let me give CAT.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, I did well in CAT. So I thought, okay. But actually, in my final year, I did not get any good college.
Hmm.
Uh, I did not get any of the Blackie colleges or any. I did not convert in anything. So I said, okay, let me try after that.
Okay.
Uh, when in March 2020, so this was in 2020, COVID happened and I came home. It
Yeah.
was my final year, and then my job. I got a placement in John Deere.
Okay.
The job got postponed due to COVID, so I
Hmm.
had much more free time to prepare.
That's how you made it. Like COVID was a bad phase, I guess, but for the people who were like appearing for CAT in 2021, for them it was a blessing because they got work from home, they got all those privileges, they got
Exactly,
spare
correct.
time to prepare and everything. So you're blessed that you were there and your phase landed in the COVID time. Okay, so how did you approach studying for CAT exam? Like, and any specific strategies or study techniques that worked well for you?
See, it's about practicing questions and figuring out your own strengths. So I had given previous year paper. My whole practice was mocks and previous year paper. There's nothing new to learn. You already know everything. So it's just that you need to fine tune those aspects when you're on the exam day.
Yeah.
So I had a hunch, like not a hunch. I mean, we all know that if you get 50, if you score 50% marks, that's enough.
Yeah,
So I didn't
exactly.
need to score 75% marks. I didn't need to get a 98% in the paper. I just needed to score. I just knew that out of all the questions that I had, I need to get half of them correct. That's the only plan I had. So every mock I used to give, I used to check that how far away am I from that level. So
50%.
once I reached that
Yeah.
50% level, then I used to go one question. So if today I'm giving a mock out of 50 questions, if I'm scoring 25 right, tomorrow 26, next week 27, next week 28, 29. That's the only way ahead. I did not jump from 25 to 30 directly, obviously. So it was a very step by step, question by question improvement.
And what was like, I also gave cat. So what was your, like when we used to give cat mocks, especially. So people used to get disheartened when they give their first mock. And they were like, okay, I'm not scoring well. Will I be able to do? So how did you cope up with your journey?
Yeah, it happens. Matlab, see, uh, Mm, every mock you can't score the same percentile, no? So if
Actually, true.
today it's the same thing. Like even if I'm in office today, I might have a bad day today. That does not
Yeah,
mean that I am not capable of doing well at my office. Today's
true.
a bad day. It's okay. I'll come. I'll sleep. I'll have spend time with family. Tomorrow I'll go ahead and then again learn from what I did wrong yesterday and do better today. So the same thing happens with mocks. See,
Okay,
the mocks, the results of my efforts are never a reflection of my own capability.
true.
My efforts are always in my hands. So if I do today well today, I'm happy. Sleep well. I enjoy the time. If I don't do well, yeah, I get disheartened. But I then also pick up from, okay, uh, what are the mistakes that I made? I learn from them and I do well tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess mocks are, matlab, I believe that mocks are the major part of your cat journey. But you cannot like decide your destiny on the basis of, you cannot anticipate that, okay, this is gonna happen in future if I'm scoring this much in cat. Because sometimes I've seen people with like lowest scores in their last cat mock, and then they scored the best in the cat percentile. Like they are scoring well because they've practiced a lot. Like they didn't stop practicing mocks again and again and again.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
Okay, so what were some of the biggest challenges you faced during your CAT preparation, and how did you overcome them?
So challenges in my I think quants, I could not. I knew that I wouldn't do well in certain areas. So I thought कि अगर ये if these questions come in the paper, so my mentality was कि यार these questions come in the paper, I might not be able to do well. So I
Yeah.
had to change that. I had to work hard on certain areas. Probably some percentages, probability,
Mm.
PNC, permutations or computations. Those
Yeah.
were areas which were difficult.
Yeah.
But I think as challenge, it was more about not the questions, but time management. So we had only 40 minutes, right, for one section. You had to choose what questions to.
Yes.
It's like playing cricket. You have to choose what balls to leave and what balls to hit. If you choose the wrong ball, you get out, and if you leave a good ball, you miss out on runs. So that's the catch.
Okay. So, what resources did you find most helpful in preparing for the CAT exam? Like any books or website or study material or mock paper or series, something?
All previous year papers. That's the best thing I had in my hand to prepare. Previous year papers are the best reflection, I feel, because you already know, like, so when you look at, let's say, last 10-year papers or last 5-year papers, you know that, okay, this is the mindset of a CAT paper sector. So that won't change drastically. It might change, based on the institution conducting the exam. Those questions might change here and there, but the overall sense of the paper is the same. So that's how I used to prepare. I found, so 2IIM is a site, or is a site website.
Yes. Who I am.
I am
Yeah.
forgetting the name. The founder is a great guy. I used to see his YouTube videos. So he used to solve live papers. He used to like sit for 3 hours and solve a paper. I think he's from IIM Bangalore, and even if you see some of his live videos, even he doesn't score well. He scores 80 percentile or 88 percentile in his live videos also. That shows that. So, but the why I used to see his videos is he speaks out loud, so you know how to approach questions. So he
Yeah.
while on the questions he th- thinks aloud कि यार हाँ इसका आंसर ये होना चाहिए, इसका आंसर ये होना चाहिए. So then I used to also relate with him and think, okay, I had solved this, so which one is faster, which one is slower. So that's how I used to
Okay. So, how did
prepare.
you balance your CAT preparation with other commitments such as work or academics and everything? You were in
That's not
COVID,
the
I
right.
know, but yeah.
Exactly. I won't be the right person to answer that. I had no responsibilities at all. Even if I was working at John Deere, also I was a GET, and we had our only training for the first 6 months.
Okay.
So there was no, I mean, there was no other responsibility.
So, like I know that you were at home, but in the COVID times, but yeah, can you tell me that what were the hours? Do you believe in the number of hours you study that are mandatory for a person to prepare for CAT?
Not number of hours, but the way you prepare. See, I might have given some, let's say, 30 or 40 mocks, okay, in the
Yeah.
before CAT. But the number of mocks is not important. So after giving a mock, you have to analyze that mock. It's not just कि mock दे दिया मेरा percentile I get 95, 98, 99 and I leave it. I have to just check कि okay. I used to see कि मतलब in this paper okay.
Yeah,
I scored so many questions, but probably I could have done two more questions if I did not spend time on this one question.
the other one.
So
Yeah,
that is very important to identify because uh, in the end, doesn't matter if you're going to crack a tough question on CAT on the day of CAT. It won't. मतलब, no one is giving you extra marks for solving a tough question. It's the same marks for an easy question and for a hard question. So it's
yeah.
our job to identify the easy questions and just score them, and then if there's
Leave the
time
hard
left, you
ones.
can keep advancing.
Yeah. So there were like three sections in CAT, VARC, DILR, and cons. So what was your USP point, and what was your strong point, and what was the ones you were like afraid about?
VRC, I think my strong area because even in my college I had a habit of reading newspaper daily. So reading was never a constraint for me. Fast reading, quick reading, and able to interpret what's there, that was never a concern for me. So I didn't even spend much time preparing for VRC because the more marks I gave, the
Mm.
faster I could understand what to do. Weak
Okay.
point, as I said, was quants a bit, but that too I could improve. I had some friends who gave me some material which they had got on shortcuts to solve such questions. So I used to follow those, and that was how I prepared.
And you were from a BTech background or non-BTech background, like a commerce,
Yeah, I
non-commerce?
am an engineer.
Okay, you were an engineer. So basically, people anticipate that for engineers, it's easy to make it to the CAT because they have a strong hold over their quants and even the ILR. So was that a boon for you? Was that a plus point for you?
Uh, I don't know, matlab, I don't know what commerce people study in from their 11th to 12th, and then after that BCom, or I don't know what they study,
Like
but
I'll tell you,
it's not.
I'm a BCom graduate and I have studied like quants is a very minor part of a commerce student. Like it's not a major because I was a BCom honors person. I had like accounts and everything in my academics curriculum and even maths in my graduation. But people from past course they don't have their quants major quants in their syllabus, so it's very tough for them. And if they're not from commerce with maths background, like I was not from commerce and maths background, I was just simply commerce and my sixth subject was something else. So I was not able to like cope up with the maths thing, quants thing as good as it was, because for us it's like very tough when it comes to quants because you have left it like 6 years, 5 years before. So that's practice which you guys have, we lack on that thing. So maximum number of people who are from commerce background, they have a strong hold over VARC, either VARC or DILR. So that's the whole thing.
Hmm, probably true. So, yeah, they might face difficulties in quants, but then you can't do anything about it. You have to study.
Yeah, you have to make it to all the three sections, obviously. So what was your percentile in all the three sections, like respectively?
Sectional.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't remember exactly, but I think I had scored some 99.5 plus in DLR, 98 and 98 plus in uh, the other two, BRC and
Okay.
quants.
So, what were the how did you feel when you received that CAT exam score? And were you expecting that exam score?
No, no, no. It was, I mean, after like right now I passed out of IIM Ahmedabad, so might look like okay, you're from the best college B school, but my entry to IIM Ahmedabad was not a very great one. So I got a percentile of 99.87 overall, which I
Mm,
thought was good enough to get into IIM A. But unfortunately, after the interview had happened, everything was happened. I was waitlisted, and
push.
that was a very
Tough moment.
disappointing time for me
Yeah.
because so. I knew that maybe perhaps the waitlist would get cleared, and people were telling me. I had told to some of my friends that yeah, ऐसे हो गया, waitlist is there. They told कि यार ठीक है, I was waitlist two, so they said waitlist two तो clear हो जाएगा. It's not a big deal. But it still remains like when you're into the best college, you want to be there from day one. It's not that yeah, after let's say 2 3 months I go, or 2 3 weeks I go there, and then it's difficult to. I thought I was very depressed at that point of time. Uh, but then gradually things happened. I joined IIMA, and by the end of it, I think I was grateful enough to get some opportunities, good opportunities that came my way.
Okay. So, you said that it was a very tough moment for you. Like, what difficulties you faced in the conversion process? Like, what were the things that you faced?
I didn't. So you can't say no. See, there are a lot of people trying for IIMA, so the
Yeah.
seats are 400, and there's like some maybe you can say 1,200 people overall if I combine IIM ABC. Uh, Probably all of them might want to get into an IMA. I'm just assuming it might be smaller. Like some, there might be some who just want to go to B and C. But out of 1,000 people, you have to be there in the top 400. So my interview in IIM Ahmedabad also went well. Uh, Not very well because I think I did not answer a few questions that are asked in interview, but I didn't know the answers. Like they asked me something which I didn't know. So what could I do? I just told them I don't know. But then it's not in your hands. The only thing in your hands is you have to prepare well. That's the only thing that defines. So I
So,
prepared well for my interview.
yeah.
I prepared all the things that about my engineering, about my job, everything I had prepared. But in the end, if the result doesn't go your way, you can't just sit and crib about it. You have to
Exactly.
just uh,
True. So, what were the things that you prepared for your interview, like for your IIM Ahmedabad interview?
basically there are six. I think 5 or 6 type of questions. They call it buckets into which the questions fall. I don't remember exactly, but since I was from an engineering background, I was expecting. And electrical engineering had to, I knew that whoever the professor is, they'll ask me something about electric motor kaise run hoga, generator, switches, wiring, tube lights. I knew that these are the basic questions for a non-electrical engineering professor to ask about electrical engineering. So I was prepared for those questions.
Yeah,
I was
because
doing quite well there.
exactly. So, all you want to say is that you should be well prepared about your background, right? The stream from which you're coming,
Exactly,
the
yeah.
job profile which you're coming from. So, you should know everything, each and every detail about that because you never know what can come your way, which question is going to land next, right?
Yeah, and also, what do you prepare for? Like, so if not this, what else do you prepare? You can't prepare about. I can't prepare about chemical engineering. I can't prepare about computer science. I don't. So whatever you know, you have to be just well versed in what in that.
Okay. So, are there any misconception about CAT exam that you would like to address and clarify based on your experience?
Yeah, so people I think right nowadays fret about which slot they're getting, which test center they're getting into. But I think they're not. At least test center also, I don't think it might happen that you are in a test center where there's a lot of noise around and then you're not able to concentrate. But I think nowadays even that's not a problem. But हाँ, I
Okay.
think people think that अगर मुझे ये slot मिलेगा तो मैं अच्छा करूंगा, शाम वाला मिलेगा तो नहीं करूंगा. That's never a problem because when I gave my cat, I gave in my afternoon slot, and after the day of cat, people like all in all the platforms that we talk about cat, right? So people are saying, "Kya, slot two was the toughest, so was the easiest one." तो इसमें जिसको marks आएगा उसका those marks will get reduced due to the normalization that happens. So I thought कि
Okay.
यार I already attempted such मतलब
Mm.
low number of questions उसमें से भी अगर if I get low marks what will happen? But actually on the day of when the results came, it happened so that my slot was the toughest one, and my marks got increased. So you can never say which slot is the easier or which is toughest. You just have to go with the flow.
Okay. So, what factors are you considering while choosing which college to get into? Like, if you're not, like, if a person is not getting into IIM Ahmedabad, so what are the factors that they should prefer and any specific programs, faculty, campus influencing these factors?
No, I think campus and faculty are not the criteria to choose a college because uh, all all the top colleges have similar faculty. You'll
Yeah,
find faculty sometimes switching between IIM ABC. You will find some faculties who served here, who are now here, who are now there. So those are not factors to
yeah,
consider. Probably to it's your interest. Like some specifically, if you talk about, let's say, a person who's already in the finance background and he's very clearly has a goal that they want to go to finance, then probably they might choose IMC because that's known for getting offers in finance better than the rest of them. Similarly,
mm,
if you want to, let's say, do a marketing, if you're thinking here, I want to do only marketing, which is difficult. See, I'm a fresher, so I don't have much experience in the outside world, so I don't know unless after I went to IMA, sat there, then I knew कि अच्छा, these are the various options available for me. Till then,
mm,
even I didn't know कि यार, what are all this. But if
mm.
someone who is a professional who has already worked for 2 3 years before doing their MBA, if they are very clear about where they want to go, then they might choose between colleges. Otherwise, I don't think you just give your best, and whichever best college comes your way, you should take it.
Okay. So coming back to now, your journey in IIM Ahmedabad, like we have talked enough about how you went there, what was your preparation and everything. But how did your day one in IIM Ahmedabad look like? Did you remember?
Day one. Oh, yes. So what happened was, I think I had joined on 1st June. It was, I mean, I had given the papers that admission. I received the news that I was admitted on 1st June. The, that was the day when the wait list got cleared. I was still working, so I just had to clear some formalities there. By June 15th, I was done with all that. And on June 20th, I think our first WhatsApp group of our section in IIM got
Okay.
created. And June 21st was my birthday. So it was like the first conversation that about me that happened in our section group was about my birthday. So that was how it started.
Okay. So how
And
did your first birthday
I
went
went.
in IIM Ahmedabad?
No, they all wished me. We just talked. I was at home only, right? Which was work from home.
Okay.
Like, I think the first 3 months we did not even go to college. We were
Okay.
all studying from home.
So I have heard a lot about IIM Ahmedabad schedule, the hectic schedule at IIM Ahmedabad. So how was your schedule? How your day looked like? A busy day.
The same. What you heard is correct.
Mm.
It is hectic. It is very hectic. You have like three classes every day, and sometimes it might be four, sometimes it might be five. And then you have to prepare for those classes. It's not easy. You have to prepare well. Uh, like so, see, the point of going to Ahmedabad is to study well. So if you're not preparing for those classes now, if you don't do the case studies, people say कि यार क्या है कुछ चल जाएंगे. But if you don't do the case study, if you don't, so the professor has just for 50 to 55 minutes to teach you something, to tell you something, and they expect you to know a lot of things beforehand. They expect you to have your own opinion on things. It's like the workplace. So in a meeting, if we go without doing
Mm.
any homework, you'll be just blank in the meeting. You don't know what to do, what to say. People will just start speaking and you just sit like that. The same thing happens in college. So we had to do a lot of case study. We had to study, read a lot of material, and then you have to go to the class,
Mm.
and then the thing that hits hard is you have a opinion in your mind about a case. Let's say it's a case about a company called McDonald's, how it started from zero and now it's the biggest, let's say, the very largest QSR. So you have certain opinions here. This is what they did right and this is what they did wrong, and then you go to the class and then the professor says that it's complete opposite. No, this is wrong, this is right. Then you have to tune yourself here. No, okay, this was my assumption, now that is wrong. So that learning and unlearning and relearning is what is the best experience of IIM Ahmedabad, and that's why it's called hectic. It's not because of the hours that you spend there, it's because of the mental effort that takes when you sit in the class.
Okay, so I've also heard about like surprise tests in IIM Ahmedabad. So
Yeah.
what's the thing about the whole surprise test?
It's that every for every course you have certain exams in the
Mm.
first year, a certain number of
Mm.
exams, two per subject or three per subject, and they don't announce. They don't tell
Okay.
you when the exam is going to
So
be.
when do you
So
get to know about the exams?
half an hour before the exam that
Okay.
you have an exam. So we used to have that exam at at around 1:15 p.m. or something. I don't remember the time. You used to get an SMS on your phone that uh, you have a surprise test of so and so subject, so and so topic. And within the next half an hour, you have to get ready. You have to take whatever, like you have to set up your laptop, be ready for the questions and all. And that will be a half an hour or 45 minutes exam, and then the marks will be counted in the final grade that you get. So that's, I mean,
I
now
I can
it's a
Yeah,
normal part.
I know because you have been there in that journey. For you, it's like now you're discussing a part of your life. For me, if I'm because I'm not a part of that journey, I can feel the pressure on you. That what the pressure must seem like, because it is very hectic for you to like realize, okay, I have an exam in half an hour. Okay, so the first or second exam would have been a bit difficult than the rest of, because later you must have been like habitual of giving such exams, right?
Yeah, but surprisingly, I think I did well because in the first year, the topics were not very hard to learn. At least in the first semester, in the first thing. Later on, it did become difficult, but in the initial days, it was not very hard. So it was all right. I could manage.
Okay.
But actually,
So.
so now I look back at those things. I feel that has helped me because right now in my office also, let's say my boss calls me for a meeting very quickly. Like they just call me that in the next 5 minutes you have to be part of a meeting. So
Mm.
I can understand that. It's all right. Like, I have been there. I have been in situations where in the next 5 minutes or next half an hour you had some big exam. So this is not a new thing for me now.
Yeah, so you have to be prepared well enough for your corporate, and I believe all the AMs make sure that you're prepared well for your corporate journey, and it's an easier journey for you as compared to your post grad.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Okay.
prepare us
So.
exceedingly well, exceedingly well.
Yeah, because like in other like B school colleges which are not the top tier one colleges, there it's like right now you are preparing for your post grad, you are giving exam. This is just a piece of cake. The bigger journey is waiting ahead. So that is something which we have been taught when you are in tier two colleges. But in tier one colleges, I believe it's like more of that you're prepared so well in your post grad that it's not a tough job for you then.
Correct. That's absolutely true. And that's
Okay.
also the reason why you see these guys performing very well because they're not when something new comes their way, they don't resist. So
Yeah.
one reason why I think a lot of people at a manager level or at a corporates don't climb as fast is because when something new comes up, they resist. They say, "यार मुझे नहीं आता वो मैं नहीं कर
Yeah.
सकता." So we, I think we are when we were in our IIM journey, we had no option. Like when something new came up, we had to learn. We had to learn. There's no saying no to not learning. So that's
Yes,
why this helps in.
I am folks are like meant to like convert a shock into a surprise. They are always ready with some or the other idea in their hands, in their heads, and everywhere. So yeah, looking back, is there anything you would have done differently for your CAT preparation journey, and any lesson you have learned that you would want to give to the folks out there? Like three lessons that you would want the other people out there preparing for CAT who want to make it to IIM Ahmedabad.
Uh, I think
Could be
uh,
anything from profile building, from everything.
yeah, no, got it. I think first thing is like more at a personal level. I would say don't take anything for granted because probably I thought maybe when I was in that preparation phase of CAT, I thought for a moment कि यार ये हो जाएगा मतलब it's not a मतलब CAT ही तो है I'll do it. I had the confidence but probably I was more overconfident or I had taken things for granted. So but now I don't. Now for everything, every meeting or every exam, everything I take it a lot more seriously and I want to give my best there. That's the first. Second thing, be open to opportunities. So the last 3 years or 4 years journey of mine have been very different from my earlier days. So when you're engineering, you know, right? Like when I joined electrical engineering, I know my 4 years are going to be like this. But after that, from that point, you never know where life will take you. I never know where what my next step is. Even if I'm in my corporate, I don't know what is the next thing I'll work on. So be open to new opportunities, be open to new things that come your way, and keep improving yourself.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Shashank. It was great talking to you on your CAT conversion. I guess all the folks out there preparing for their respective CAT examinations must have been learned a lot from this session. And guys, stay hooked to this session because we are onboarding a lot of more IM folks like Shashank who will be sharing their journey, that how they prepared. And I believe every journey is different. So do learn each at least a smallest thing from each journey. So yeah, see you out there. Do subscribe, like, share, and to our YouTube channel, Skilled Sapiens. See you there.